Next on Worcester News tonight, a Southbridge man is getting backlash from neighbors after hanging a Nazi and Confederate flag in his front lawn. Plus, a new study shows more people leaving Boston are looking to rent in Worcester, what it may mean for people already living here. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Rain across central Massachusetts and cooler temperatures outside today, but could we see some sunshine this weekend? Let's get a first look at our local forecast to find out.
Hey there, good evening. We had a very soggy Thursday afternoon, and now we will continue to see less rain chances overnight tonight. Now, a spot shower will linger in the evening forecast, and our temperatures stay rather chilly. 52 degrees overnight. We will rise maybe a degree or two to 53. Areas of patchy fog developing, and we slowly dry things off. By the morning, mostly sunny skies and cool with a low temp around 51 degrees. Overnight lows elsewhere across New England in the 40s and 50s. And this is after a very soggy Thursday, so we dry things off just in time for your Friday afternoon. There is a slight chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm north and west, and especially late in the afternoon. I'll show you the hour-by-hour timing with that. Saturday looks like the pick of the weekend. Lots of sunshine, dry weather. Father's Day, I am tracking some scattered showers due to a cold front that moves through. That frontal boundary may stall out right over us for the first half of next week. I'll have your exclusive 10-day forecast in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Pamela. A flag on a Southbridge man's front lawn is creating controversy in town. It was first a Nazi flag, but he then switched it out for a Confederate flag. But he says he loves this country and it's his right to have it up. Our Gretchen LaRosa spoke with neighbors in town and joins us live now to explain. Gretchen.
Olivia, there doesn't appear to be much anybody can do about the flag because it's protected by the First Amendment. But neighbors we spoke with say they don't want it flying in their neighborhood.
I just don't want Nazis in my town, or in my neighborhood especially.
A Southbridge resident is causing controversy. A neighbor took this picture of a Nazi flag flying outside of the man's home.
And especially a town like Southbridge that has such a minority population, thinking about the school kids driving by on the bus and seeing that, no, I just can't, I can't tolerate it.
Neighbor Brian Harvard noticed the Nazi flag while walking through the neighborhood. He says he's pleased the flag was taken down, but was disappointed to see it replaced this week by a Confederate flag. I
think it's similar. I think it stands for the same kind of reaction. It tries to get that same kind of reaction. I know people think, you know, the whole argument of what the South actually stood for, but it stood for owning people. So that's unacceptable.
Visible from the street, the Confederate flag flies on the same pole as the Stars and Stripes. Neighbors say it represents hate, and seeing it is unsettling.
We live in America because, you know, we have freedom of speech, First Amendment, you know, so I think anybody can post whatever they want, but it just kind of sends a clearer message.
They're putting up a Confederate flag that's a sign of a traitor. That's all there is to it.
Now, the homeowner did not want to go on camera, but he did say that he still loves this country, but there are problems with it. Gretchen LaRosa, Worcester News Tonight.
A young woman is recovering after Worcester police say she was hit by a car while in a crosswalk. According to police, the 16-year-old was crossing at the intersection of Burncoat and Melrose Street Wednesday morning. They say she was struck by a black sedan who took off. The victim suffered serious injuries, including broken bones, but is expected to survive. If you have any information about the suspect vehicle, you're asked to contact police. Tomorrow, closing arguments are expected to begin in the so-called Blackstone House of Horrors trial. Back in 2014, police found 2 young children left alone, covered in feces, as well as the remains of 3 dead babies. Erica Murray is at the center of it all. She faces 8 charges, including second-degree murder. The judge dismissed 1 of 2 murder charges in the case on Tuesday. The prosecution will offer a rebuttal witness before closing arguments on Friday. A new report shows renters leaving Boston are looking at Worcester as one of their top possibilities. The study, done by Apartment List, looked at people moving over the course of the last year and a half. Some realtors in Worcester say they've definitely seen an increase in business. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now to explain. Chandler.
Olivia, apartment list ranked Boston 10th out of the largest metro areas with renters looking to move, and Worcester is one of the top 3 locations they're relocating to. Real estate agent Lachey Taylor has trouble fitting in all her appointments. The reason is Worcester's renting market is as competitive as ever. She says people have even signed leases for the unfinished Kelly Square lofts without seeing a model unit.
Like cabinets aren't even up, and we have quite a few of them pre-leased already.
Taylor says more than half of her clients are coming from Boston. Realtor Alan Greenman notices the trend as well. He says people are coming to Worcester to spend less on rent. They're also being driven here by the development.
It's a burgeoning metropolis. You have the arts, the culture, the dining, but less of all of the things that Boston has experienced in terms of its growth.
Greenman says the competitive market is a great indicator for the city.
83 properties in the last 6 months have been rented between a price band of $1,400 to $2,000 a month. Those are numbers that a few years ago you just would not have seen.
Taylor says the increasing rental demand is driving prices up.
What somebody was paying $850 a month for a 3-bedroom, now they're paying overnight like $1,200, $1,300 a month. And that's on the cheap end.
And those prices are starting to push some Worcester residents out of the city. She says affordable units can rent in less than 24 hours.
People who are from here want to stay here, but they're finding themselves not being able to afford to stay here. So a lot of people are being driven a little bit further west of Massachusetts, unfortunately.
Taylor says the competitive market could be a cause for concern because some people won't be able to afford where they're living now. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, affordable housing isn't just an issue in Worcester. They say there are less than half as many of the affordable units needed in the state to meet its demands. Live in Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A Massachusetts State Police K-9 is being credited for his quick actions. This is K-9 Caber. State Police say he helped with the arrest of a man wanted for an assault and battery with a dangerous weapon in Auburn. The Auburn Police Department requested help tracking down the suspect who fled on foot. Caber was able to track down his son and found him lying under bushes trying to hide. Clark University will soon be offering a certificate program for people wanting to learn more about cannabis control regulation. The school says the program is the first of its kind. It will offer policy information and guidance for municipalities. Clark says the curriculum was designed under close guidance and with input of stakeholders who are experiencing public policy issues. The 3-course graduate certificate program is expected to begin this fall and offered online. A new collaboration between Worcester Public Schools and a local university will help students who may not be able to receive eye care. Optometry students at Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences provide free eye screenings to students who are classified as high need. As our Rosalind Flaherty explains, Superintendent Maureen Benenda says this will help students focus in the classroom.
The Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences is giving the gift of better vision to Worcester Public School students.
The eye exam is extremely important for their learning.
Kids can't see in the classroom, they can't learn.
Over the last 2 years, the center has worked with the district to form Worcester Eyes. They provide free eye exams and glasses to 2,500 students. Many of these students are seeing clearly for the first time.
My heart soars for these kids. I mean, to see them, for me to put on glasses for these kids and see them see for sometimes for the first time distance and near is just a great joy.
It's like a whole new world for them.
The college says 25% of school-age children need glasses, and without them, they have a hard time in the classroom. Through funding, the students are bused to the center for a full day of exams.
Super important that kids are able to see clearly in order to learn and perform well.
80% of what they learn in school is visual, so to get the best correction for them is extremely important. It's also important for behavior and well-being.
They do these exams all year long and see students from kindergarten to 12th grade. We're live in Worcester. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A city classroom gets a much-needed facelift. The science and math room used by 5th and 6th graders used to be gray and have broken furniture, but thanks to dozens of AbbVie volunteers, it looks much different now. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us live now with the details. Brittany.
Olivia, the classroom hadn't been renovated since the 1970s. Their principal says the Chromebooks, TVs, and new furniture will only enhance student learning.
It took hours and 100 volunteers to bring this decades-old classroom at Elm Park Elementary School up to date. AbbVie volunteers assembled furniture, painted walls, and decorated the new STEM lab. Vice President of Operations Ralph Lambalot says it's important for students to learn in a modern space.
AbbVie is very invested in the communities where we work and where we live. So it's only natural that we as scientists and engineers involved with pharmaceutical development would come back to the schools that really trained many of us up as we're giving back.
Principal Ellen Kelly says the school hasn't been renovated since it was built in the 70s. She says they wouldn't have been able to buy the new technology on their own.
A lot of broken furniture, a lot of broken doors, gray color. The color was very blah. The Chromebooks, the TVs, like it just kind of makes everything wireless. It just brings us up to be able to compete with other schools that have the finances to buy all this equipment.
Lambalot says he hopes the new space gives students a better opportunity to explore the STEM fields.
I hope that when they come back to school and they see this new space, they're just going to feel energized about science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and everything that it can lead to within their potential future careers.
Kelly says the classrooms will be used every day by the 5th and 6th grade starting Friday. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.